ready for a fun-filled day at Magic Kingdom. Today I'm going to be telling you my 5 top favorite attractions, and there's so many reasons why, and I'm so excited for this video today. And follow along for more. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you love Disney. Comment down below if there's any other type of videos that you guys want to see. And thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and let's get right into it. And Magic Kingdom definitely has some iconic attractions. This was honestly so hard to choose. I was in my notes for a while. I had like my top 5 written out, and I had to keep changing certain ones based on the queue, how long it would take for a ride. If a wait time said it was 55 minutes and would end up being like 2 hours, I was putting all of that into consideration. So it was so much fun trying to decide what my favorite attractions are. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. At number 5, I have Pirates of the Caribbean. Honestly, this is one of the lines that goes by really fast, and once you're in, you have the best AC. And typically this line isn't outside, so you're not in the humid weather. I love this ride for so many reasons. There's a little drop in the beginning. I think it's a perfect ride for the whole family. It's decently long, and it never gets up past like an hour unless it's like a super busy day or on the weekend, but it typically ranges around 45 minutes, and even at that, the line goes by super fast. And I love it that you get to see Jack Sparrow throughout, and I just love Adventureland. I think it's so much fun just to see everything going on. Right now the ride is at 35 minutes, so we're gonna test it. I'm gonna put my timer on, and we're gonna see if that is accurate as well. Favorite things to do too is checking out the stores after I get off the ride. I think this is a store that is so much fun. I really like this one. I think it's super simple but a lot of fun. And we got a little pirate Mickey. This is so cool with the eye patch. I just got off the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I love that ride. I think it's nice because of the AC. It went by super fast. From getting into line and then getting off the ride, my watch is at 33 minutes, which is insane. So I forgot to stop it right before I got on the ride. So you get on and off faster than the wait time. I also can't promise this will always be the case, but I've noticed with certain rides, it's typically less of a wait than what the wait time says. Next ride up is Tiana's Bayou, and I love this because I think this is a super fun ride for the whole family. And then midday you can hit it when it's super hot, cool off a little bit. I'm ranking this at number 4 only because you get wet and you can't, I would say this ride is hard going on at night when the sun is going down and you can't really dry off. But midday I give this like a 5 out of 5 ride because this ride is so much fun. I could go on it back to back to back, but it just sucks if you get your socks wet or anything like that. So that's the only reason I'm rating it there. But all in all, I really love Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think if you're planning on going on this ride, definitely bring a pair of extra socks. That is definitely the biggest thing because obviously you are gonna get wet. Sometimes you could get more wet than others, and sometimes it's the front that gets really wet or the back, so you can't really plan for that. But that's why it's my 4th favorite ride here at Magic Kingdom because it's so much fun, but mainly midday when you could dry off after going on this ride. Also, this ride is super long. I'm pretty sure I timed it at 10 minutes once. It could be a little longer than that, but I love how many drops there are. There's so many things to take in on this ride. It's such a great ride to experience. The number 3, in my opinion, is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I don't think you should wait longer than 45 minutes for this ride. For me, it's ranked at number 3 because 1, the queue felt forever when I was on it. If you could get a lightning lane for it, then this ride is worth it. But it's a very short ride. The first time I rode it, I was like, that's it. And there's nothing too crazy. Like, there's the part with the 7 dwarfs that's super fun where they're mining. I love that part. And then the ending when you see Snow White dancing. I think this ride is amazing. I'm also ranking it at number 3 because it was the first ride in Walt Disney World to have each of the own carts move. So it's 2 person per like little cart, so all of them move, and you can make it move even more. And the other reason I ranked it at number 3 because for the photo pass, it is so cool. They actually get a video of you, and it's in slow motion, so it's so much fun looking back at those videos. Me and my mom were laughing because the first time we rode this, we didn't know how the photo pass was gonna work, and we were wearing matching shirts. So we definitely stuck out like sore thumbs on this ride. But all in all, it's number 3 because it's super fun, super unique, but it's also kind of short. Don't wait too long for this ride. I promise it's not that worth it. But I think it's a good experience if it's your first time at Disney. And if you have a lightning lane, definitely get this because it's definitely worth it if you have that. And the ride I'm ranking at number 2 is actually TRON Lightcycle Run. Now, I'm obsessed with this ride. I think it's so much fun, but I have a few reasons why I'm ranking it at number 2. First being the wait time, and of course it's gonna be longer because it's still a very new ride, which I don't mind waiting at all, especially at night because it seems to go by faster. But I don't like when the queues are outside. So that takes off points for me because when it's super hot and super humid, like even today it's really hot right now and it's not even the summertime yet. So that definitely takes off a few points for me. And I also think if you're not really good with roller coasters, this could be an extreme level because it does blast off. I think it's a very creative ride, so much fun, especially when you get inside the building and going through all the rings and you really feel like you're in the Tron movie. When you're waiting in the queue, since you're outside most of the time, that's where most of the queue is. So it's a very long time being outside, being in the hot weather. And I like when you're inside a queue and you can see everything, because once you're inside, it goes really fast. Even if like inside is taking longer, you're at least in the AC, they have all the TVs going, and I love it. Now, how long would I wait for the ride? Midday, I'd wait 60 minutes for TRON, so about an hour I would wait. If it's in the morning or late at night, I'm easily waiting an hour and a half because it's a little cooler and the ride seems to be going by a lot faster. So all in all, I would definitely wait between an hour and a half for this ride. I think it's definitely worth it, but not midday when it's super hot. You will not catch me waiting over an hour for that queue. Now, what you all have been waiting for, or maybe not have been waiting for, you might have assumed already, but my favorite ride at Magic Kingdom is Space Mountain. It has been for the longest time, but here's the reasons why. One, the line feels like it's constantly moving and it goes super fast. I think however they set up this ride is perfectly. So when you're going up, they have the left side for standby, that's why the line is constantly moving, and then the right side is the lightning lane, but they have a whole section to get the lightning lane on the ride. So they have their own little area to get on and a different track, which I'm obsessed with because that means the standby line is constantly going and not waiting for lightning lanes to go through. So that's why I love Space Mountain. I will easily wait an hour and a half for this ride because the wait time doesn't feel like that. If it's midday, you will have to wait outside, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, depends. But once you're inside, the AC is amazing. It's a super fun queue. There's nothing too much going on, but it's definitely a lot of like space-related content that you're seeing. So that's what I love, but it's the constant movement of the ride that I'm obsessed with. It's that most of the queue, I'd say 90% of the queue is inside, and that 10% is only midday that you're gonna be outside. So that's why I love Space Mountain, and the ride is super fun, super fast. If you've ever been on a mousetrap, it's kind of like that, but not where you feel like you're about to fall off the end. You do feel like you can't put your hands up because it is dark and you feel like you could hit like the track. I love it. I love the setup of this ride. I remember the first time my parents convinced me to go on this ride, and since then I've been obsessed with it. My niece went on it for her first time when she was 4 or 5, and now that's her favorite ride. So if you feel like you have kids that are 6 or 7 and they're nervous to go on it, she did it. She loved it. She's obsessed with it. And if you've been on Guardians of the Galaxy and you haven't been on Space, I think Guardians of the Galaxy is like a 2.0 version of Space Mountain. It's the only thing I will say about riding Space now, ever since Guardians, is it's weird there isn't like music, because it's kind of the same setup, how you're in space, going through this track. I wish they would add like some funky music, space music, I don't know. But this ride I am obsessed with and I love it. And yes, this is my #1 ride for various amount of reasons. And at night during the fireworks, it tends to sit around 15 minutes. So if you don't mind missing the fireworks, hit up Space Mountain, you should get on it fairly fast. I just got off of Space Mountain. It ended up being around 55 minutes and it said 65. So that's another one that I think goes by a little bit faster. I also love getting off this ride and seeing all these different areas they have set up that is towards space. This area is probably the cutest little area about constellations. It's really cool. I am now leaving Magic Kingdom. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and if you made it to the end, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Comment down below if there's any fun videos you want to see. If you want me to go to Epcot and see all of their fun attractions, anything, just let me know, and thank you again.